camera? Where'd the camera go? Yeah? That's right, Mom. All right, Max, you're live. Except I think I need to just adjust the camera just a little bit more. There we go. Honey, people are only seeing your tail. How'd that happen? How did that happen, huh? Whoops. There, up to there. How's that? Hi. Oh boy, honey. Oh boy, here we go. Yes. You want some love now? Well, folks, we're live with Max. Thank you for joining us. We were trying to get the camera pointed actually at Max rather than at some random location. Hi. And just trying to make sure that we're also live on YouTube. Oh yeah, there we are. Live, live, live. Hi Karen, hi Alex, hi Marco, hi Carrie, hi Jocelyn, hi Sharon, hi Blue. Glad you're joining. I think you're new. Tango's here. Oh, so glad Tango made it. Oh my goodness. Sugar and friends. Yeah. Max, what do you think? Oh, you're just getting a little bit of love here. Yeah, we're going to play upstairs on the bed today. Super, super exciting. Yeah, Mango's being a little bit noisy right now. That happens. Oh, no, Tango's been a member for 4 months. That's a good thing. But Tango says, I will do in your shoes what you don't want me to do. Tango, Max has done that before. Last time you did that, we were sitting outside on the patio, and I'd taken my feet out of my shoes, had them up on a chair, and Max was sitting with me, and when I went to put my feet back in my shoes, I discovered something really, really warm, really, really squishy, and Max looked oh so proud of himself. Oh, Max, I know, it's really snowy out today. Max, do you want to move over just a little bit further? There you go. That way people can see you. Good afternoon, Karen. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so good to see everybody. So good to see everybody. Yeah, we've got a really snowy day. I'll put the camera outside later. We've got that white fluffy snow that looks like it belongs on a Christmas card. All the trees are sort of outlined in white. It's just drifting. It's Calgary. It's, I think it's around -12 Celsius right now. So chilly. Not too bad. I mean, we get far, far worse, but we've had such a nice winter that we're not used to it. Right, Max? Yeah, oh, you just want some love right now. Yeah, just give me 1 second. I just want to put out a message. Did you know that on Facebook Messenger we've got a group, a broadcast channel called Max Moluccan, and we sometimes use it to broadcast out some news. So if you're on Facebook, make sure you join our broadcast channel. I'll send out a reminder about it after the stream. All right, just send out a quick message on it. But it's a great way to get sort of some quick updates on what's happening in Max Plan. I don't use it as much as I could. I'm beginning to, though. I know that. Yeah? You're so fluffy. You gonna come over here? Hi. Oh, you're a person. No, come over here. The camera does not see you in that back corner. Hi. Do you like this on your toes? Is that nice and soft? Nice and soft. Oh, police car just drove past. What did you do, Max? Are you in trouble? Did they find you again? Okay. We'll move the camera then. Yeah, you want to talk about Max? You want to talk about yourself? Yeah, you were super sweet this week. Now we had enough warm Chinooks that we've been able to go out on a number of walks recently. Mac's been enjoying himself. I don't know if anybody caught yesterday's video, and I want to talk about that one for a minute because Max did something that I thought was really, really cool. I know the lighting upstairs can be very variable because we've got light off the windows. But Max did something really, really cool. You know, he just didn't want to talk to the dogs in bark-a-two. He did not want to bark right away. He wanted to talk to them in human, and that was fine. But, you know, people say, well, the bird just parrots what you say. Well, you know, he's learning to use words in context. He said hi, he said hello, and then he asked his new friend how I am. And that one really got me thinking because what do we say as humans? We say, how are you? And I can guarantee you Max has never heard me say up until right now, how I am. I mean, it's a really, really weird phrase. But what I found really cool about it is Max is beginning to figure out the difference between I and you. So, you know, when I ask, how are you, he asks, how I am. And you've also got the MR, so I'm not sure if that was just a coincidence or if Max is beginning to pick up something really cool in language, but he's just like a toddler. I mean, you know, definitely not quite the right thing to ask, but sort of, kind of, and he's trying to sort of change the context around a little bit, sort of the I's and the U's. I thought that's kind of cool. You know, because I did talk to him about you and I you know, I sort of tried to teach him a little bit of language like you would a toddler. Not so much teach, but use and correct and coach. But I thought that one was super, super cool. I don't know if anybody caught that video or not, but I just thought that was oh so special. What you doing next? Oh my goodness, we've got some super chats coming in. Oh, absolutely. Carrie's talking about what I found in my shoes. At least it wasn't wasp. Absolutely. Max was so proud of me when I sat down on that wasp a couple of years ago. He did not know I could scream louder than a mocking. Hi, Einstein. Good to see you. We've got a super chat from Tango. Tango sent $5, and Tango says, I love Tango's little poems. Always have to read them out. Today's special, Max gets to eat. He doesn't want pizza. He doesn't want treats. Get what he wants. Don't make him beg. Go on, Mommy. Get him some eggs. You'll have some when you go downstairs, buddy, okay? Later. Later. Hi, Jordan. Oh, so awesome. So awesome. And Bird Love has been a member on YouTube for 4 months. We've got a membership tier for those of you who choose to support Max that way. I mean, there's many different ways you can support Max. The membership's on YouTube. We've also got a membership channel on Facebook. What memberships get on YouTube is they get early release videos. So as soon as I upload his daily videos, why don't you walk over there while I talk to people? Come on, there you go. You gonna look out the window for a bit? Oh, come on. Other way. There you go. Yeah, right where people can see you. Thank you, Max. You get early access to videos. So as soon as I upload them, which is usually, I'm just going to say around midnight MST. The usual release is 8:30 a.m. So, I mean, same videos, but members get early access. Members get access to some members-only posts with some behind-the-scenes images, some bonus photos, sometimes some bonus news. And the other thing that members get are some super, super, super cool emojis. So if you're seeing those up in the chat, I'm sure a few of my friends will toss them up in the chat, but we've got some really, really cool emojis. Yeah, so those are all available, and it's, you know, it's less than a cup of coffee. It's one way you can support the channel. We do have a membership tier on Facebook as well, a supporters group. Supporters group gets some bonus footage, some uncut footage, some extra images, and certainly if you are a member of our supporters group on either Facebook or YouTube, if you put an order in from our Etsy store, let us know and we will tuck in something extra special for you with your order. Just one way that we can do something special. Yeah. Oh, I know, Max. That feels so good. You just want cuddles right now. Yeah. Yeah. Mango singing downstairs. Oh, so pretty, Mango. So pretty. Yeah. Am I feeling good, buddy? Yeah, but yeah, so that's the membership tiers, and I want to remind you, if you know, there's many other ways you can support the channel as well. Now, it's just one way, you know, be it as it may, but you're supporting our channel when you watch our videos, especially if you watch them all the way through. You're supporting our channel when you're sharing our videos with friends, when you're commenting, when you're liking, when you're joining live streams, when you're responding to others, when you're, yeah, you know, there's so many ways you can enjoy our stuff and support our channel while doing it. And a lot of it does not even cost a penny. So there you go. There you go. So let's talk about that for a minute. Yeah, and we want to use some of our backgrounds, some of our membership channels for some of the stuff that maybe folks are not as interested in if they're just interested in Max. You know, we're going to share, you know, sort of as we've got news behind the scenes and whatever, we'll talk about that stuff there first. We might, you know, I'm hearing people saying they want a little bit more momager on the membership stuff, and we might do that too. Oh, Max, that feels so good. So good. Yeah, are you enjoying yourself? Yeah. Mango needs a shower today, honey. Do you think he wants one? Yeah, Mango's a water baby. He always wants one. Yeah, so we're talking about time on live chat. I'm watching live chat a little bit on both YouTube and Facebook. Now, we've got a couple of special hatch-versaries coming up. And I need you to help me out and let me know in the comments if you have a hatch-versary coming up, because we've got a couple that I want to talk about. Angie and Raising Cane both have special days. Raising Cane are moderators, hatch-versary, and hey, if you're a flock member, you don't just get a birthday, you get a hatch-versary. It's a very special day. But our Raising Cane has one tomorrow, as does our special flocker, Angie Brown. Are there any other hatch-versaries coming up? So we're going to wish you a very, very happy hatch-versary. So Max, got hatch-versaries. Can I get a buck, buck, buck? Can I get a buck, buck, buck? Buck, buck, buck. Mango singing. Can I get a buck, buck, buck? Buck, buck, buck. Buck, buck, buck. Awesome. Buck, buck. Yes. Buck, 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 buck. Buck, 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 buck. Buck, buck. Hoodlum says that their dad's committed to his hatch-versary would have been Monday. Come here, Max. Come on. Come on. Woo! Come here. Come here, Max. Come on. Not over there. Max, I think it's been a while. You might need to do something, so come here. Come on. Come on. Move my chair. Can I pick you up? Up. Tail down. I'll be back in a minute, folks. Those of you who watch our streams regularly know the drill. You know that Max is about to go poop. Go poop, buddy. Can you go poop? Can you go poop, poop? Max? Okay, you squat and you try. Can you go poop? Go poop. Go poop. Super pooper. So all the games are in the other room. You need to go poop so you can go get the games. Go poop. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't have to go? Are you sure? Oh, that was a super pooper. Good job, Max. Good job. All right, onto the step. Woo! Big flap. I'm proud of you, buddy. It's bird song. Hey, don't chew on that. A woos. A woos. Did you want me to lift this so you can see outside better, honey? So what? Why don't we do this? Good job. There you go, Max. Huh. Now you can see outside. Wow. Yeah, Max, I'm pretty impressed. We got a nice buck. Or a nice buck. Hey, come here. What you doing over there, honey? Hey, don't chew on that, whatever you do. Rah, rah, rah. We got a new follower commenting. The Holy Grail of life and parrots says the fox is high. Hello, hello. Rah, rah. Max, I'm super proud of you today. Hi, Max. Hi, Max. Now, how about we keep walking? You were doing so good walking around. No, walk. Oh, you want cuddles? You want more cuddles. Okay. There's some more cuddles. All right. We'll do some quick cuddles, and we're going to tell you to walk around tomorrow, okay? That feel good? Okay. Go. Go, go. Hey, no beaks over there. No beaks. I said so. It's pretty snowy outside. Buck, buck. Maxwell. You know better. Can't chew on that. Yep, those are your toes. Going back over for love, huh? So how about we go back to looking out? You want to play some birdie games? Buck, buck, buck. So you're not happy about the snow, but you're happy about looking out the window, huh? Buck, buck. Buck, buck. Buck, buck. Big fluff. You're coming over, Max? Okay. How about you go walk some more? Walk, walk. You want to play some birdie games? Yeah, you want to play some birdie games? I got a toy we haven't pulled out in a while. The Babble Ball. What do you do with it? Are you making animal noises? Yes. Come get it. Come closer. Come closer to the camera, honey. Come on. Is that fun? Want me to get you another toy? And make some music? Hi. Hi. All of that, huh? What do you think, Max? Yes, Tammy's talking about her kindergarten. And Tammy says, I don't know if any of you watched the Small Talks to Ellie and her human companion / teacher, but they've got a film coming out soon as part of the Santa Barbara Film Festival thing. It looks amazing. Absolutely. we're actually super, super proud of Parrot Kindergarten with everything they've done with teaching birds to read, with communication and all that. It's amazing some of the work she's done. And Ellie's mom has presented a number of scientific conferences. She's partnered with a number of universities. And I'm just so proud that they've got a film, and I cannot wait to see it. Really hoping that that film hits something mainstream where we can watch it easily, like, I don't know, Prime or Netflix or something. But yeah. Oh my goodness, Max. Yeah. No, thanks for mentioning that one, Cammy. Absolutely. And we'll share out links to that on our as a post both on Facebook and on YouTube. Today's coffee cup is, oh, I don't know if you can see it too well. My coffee's getting cold. But it is Star Trek. And it's one of these really, really cool mugs that has characters that disappear with heat and reappear. Appropriate for a Star Trek transporter. And you know what, Max? My coffee's getting cold. Come here. Come on. Come. And just scrolling back on comments. Yeah, I saw one from Randall. Randall's doing really, really well with treatment. Awesome. I was going to read that out, but I seem to have misplaced it. But yeah, we're proud of you, Randall. We're proud of you. Hi. Is that feeling good, Max? You know, Sharon, I think you did give those barbell toys, one for Max, one for Tico. Oh, does that feel good, honey? Raising Keen says, I need to start making mugs again. They're so much fun to make. How do you make them, Sharon? Are you throwing the clay? Are you decorating mugs? Are you printing them? You know, let me know what you're doing. That sounds really cool. So yeah, yes. So Max, I'm just going to be back in a minute. Be right back. You be good, okay? I can't see when you're all the way over there. Yeah, the balls are made for dogs. They've got some with different sounds. Max likes to push them around. They've got smaller ones as well. I think he prefers the smaller ones, honestly, oddly enough. But the problem with babble balls, oh, you gotta step forward to people, or I gotta move the camera. I can move the camera. There we go. Move the camera. Problem with babble balls is if you bump them at night, they start talking. Right, Max? Call of the Wild. Oh, yeah, that feels so good. So good. You're so fluffy today. Yes. Yeah. So Max had an absolute ball at the seniors' home last weekend. And rumor has it, there's another seniors' home visit coming up, Max. You want to go see some more seniors? Your friend Brian's going to be there. Yeah? Yes. Oh, yes. You like visiting seniors, don't you? Yes. Oh, honey, I know. Look at those feathers. They're so floofy. So floofy. I know. I'm coming over here to check out comments. Oh, it starts from Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia. Hi, Regina. Oh, Regina says over on Facebook that they lost her page, but they're back now. So awesome. Oh, so glad that you're back, Regina. Yeah, I remember you. And I remember that you had to teach me how to pronounce your name because I tried to pronounce it like the province in Canada. And I learned and I remembered. See, Max, Uman can be trained. Oh, does that feel good, honey? Oh, big scritchies. Big scritchies. Sharon says that they're getting Wendell a new cage for Sharon's birthday. Sharon's day and Wendell gets a cage. Yeah, that sounds about right. That is so awesome. Yeah. And a reminder to folks, if you're ever replacing a cage, your old cage might be an upgrade for somebody else. You know, it's never just toss a cage unless it is in truly horrendous shape. But if it's just too small or if it's got just a few flaws, there's all sorts of rescues that might need cages. It might be an upgrade for something. If there's an emergency foster, the bird might need a cage. It's a good thing to keep them around. It's something, if we've got one, we'll let the parrot club know so that they know what's acceptable. And yeah. Oh, Max, I know. Big fluffy bird. Big fluffy bird. I'm getting a little annoyed over here with Facebook. I keep getting a pop-up notice. Let's see if I can. There we go. Angie says the roommate's taking him for lunch and shopping. Oh, so awesome. Yes, it is awesome. Did everybody hear Max talk about it being awesome? Yes. Yes. Hi, Jane Mouse. Uh-oh, we're talking about age here. Bird Love, I like the way that you think about it. Anniversaries of your 35th birthday. Tango says they're turning 73 this month, so they're the oldest. You're trying to challenge people. I think we might have some folks older. I'm not sure. Carrie's talking about, because I'm talking about the babble ball, right? And Carrie says it reminds her of when everybody had a Furby and it would go off in the middle of the night. Those things were evil, weren't they? Alex is asking how many hoodies does Max have. We're planning a video with all of Max's hoodies, which is coming out soon, and we actually have not counted recently, but we've got a ton of hoodies. Right, Max? We got purple, and we've got the skull hoodie, and we've got your Santa hoodie, and we've got your rabbit ears hoodie, we've got your tuxedo, we've got your Remembrance Day coat with the poppies, we've got the other Halloween coat with the skulls and a purple print, we've got your Birdberry hoodie, that's the one that you wore this week, right? Yeah, cream with that nice little flag. It looks almost designer. We've got your jean hoodie, your black with tartan. You've got a couple of orange hoodies, one with a psychedelic print and one with sort of more random print. You've got teal with a snowflake. You've got teal with a psychedelic print. You've got, it's like the list goes on and on and on. It's pretty amazing. You've got your Sherpa hoodie, that really, really fuzzy one. And you've got, what else have you got, Max? What else have you got? You've got a gray sweat top with the stripes of color. That one's really pretty. Yes. Oh, Max, yes. So many hoodies. So many hoodies. Yeah, Max is spoiled, but that's, if you're going to have a bird, or your bird's going to have a human, you might as well spoil your bird. So glad you popped in today, Nick. Raisin Kane says, Blue wants to know if anybody of you would like a beer. It's always amazing what words birds will pick up. And it's sometimes not what we want them to pick up. Last year I asked Max, what do you think of the snow? Well, you're not going to talk right now. But last year I asked him what he thought of the snow, and he looked out the window and said, it's gross. And it's like, he's not wrong, but where did he learn that word? Well, turns out that I would say it if he went after some food that he dropped at the bottom of his cage that I didn't want him to touch. They were dropping down there. I said, that's gross. Or if I'm picking up something icky from the floor, maybe somebody did something on the floor they shouldn't have, I would say, yep, you guessed it, that's gross. And yeah. So, I mean, they do pick up things. But the one thing, if you have birds, any word that you say with a lot of emphasis is the word that they will learn very quickly and think it's the best word in town. You'll notice bird owners, if we do something like smack our funny bone, smack our ulnar nerve on a cage, stub a toe, burn ourselves on the stove, we tend to come out with something like fun, because our brains kick in halfway through and it's like, abort, what can I turn this into? And yeah, it's certainly not fun, but that's at least a word that we can accept. I know. Tico picked up, I'm going to tell early tales about Tico. So, this is back in 25 years ago. I mean, we're talking a long, long time ago, right, Max? Back in 2000. Wow, I'm feeling old. But my spouse and myself had separated, and my spouse had convinced me that I should give their mom a call and sort of say hello because she liked me and we should remain in contact. And then he was sort of one of our first conversations. We were sort of trying to figure out where we were going and whatnot. Well, I called my mother-in-law, and that did not go well. It was probably the stupidest idea in the world, and somebody told her all sorts of things trying to protect themselves if things went really, really ugly. Well, I got off that call, and I did something rather unladylike, and I said something rather unladylike that I normally would not say around the birds. It started with A, and it continued A string string, H splat, bang, E. Yeah, you notice I don't even spell the word around the birds. I don't want them spelling it. Well, fast forward. I only said it once, thought better of it, but I was a little bit upset. I mean, sometimes that happens, right? Oh, does that feel good, Max? Well, fast forward, a little while later, Tico was being a brat, and I kept putting him back on his cage, and it's like, not now, buddy, I'm busy. Not now, buddy, I'm busy. And so Tico went back into the top of his cage, put his back to me, and very quietly and basically just pronounced the word that I had hoped he hadn't learned, which was A string string H flat bang E. He turns it back on me, and he wouldn't turn around and look back at me. And I realized that's now his word for somebody he's mad at who has not been around for a while. Okay, I guess it's kind of the right word, but he learned that one in one. And yeah, but the first time he ever came out with that was when my ex had come over, was visiting with the birds. Hey, it's not fair to the kids not to have contact, right? Right, Max? Yeah, you're my kid. Get contact. But at the time, Max was not in the picture, had Tico and a lesser sulfur called Tina. Well, Tina was just loving all over my ex, and Tico normally wouldn't have anything to do with. And Tico insisted that he wanted to, come here, Max, up, 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 up. We're going to go do something. And I'll continue the story. But Tico decided he did not want anything to do with my ex usually. Look, 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 look. Look, look. Good job, right in the toilet. Right in the toilet. Gonna fly? Good job, Max. You're gonna play that. So yeah. So Tico actually was sitting with me. And suddenly Tico decided that Tico really, really wanted to go sit with my ex. So reached over, climbed on, and standing, and I ended up with Dana back. My ex had Tico, and Tico just looked and did the biggest squirtiest dropping that I've ever seen him do. I mean, this was epic diarrhea sprayed everywhere style. Got both legs of the pants all the way from the top to the bottom, and then Tico immediately leaned over and said, yeah, I'll come back to you now, Mom. Yeah, Tico's my bird. Did my best to clean up and then sent somebody home in an old pair of my sweatpants. But it was pretty funny. But that was actually the first time that Tico said that word. We were sitting having a coffee, talking, and Tico decided to sound out the word. It was he just kept trying to sound it out. Oh. And if you know Tico, he never sounds out words in front of people. He practices them. And my ex said, sounds like Tico's got a new word. And I said, yeah, and then I realized what Tico was trying to say, and it's like, yeah, let's not sound this out in front of somebody. But Tico, honestly, is just so intelligent, and he really had something to say. Awesome? Yeah. Are you having fun? Are you having any fun over there, Max? Can I get a buck, buck, buck? A buck, buck, buck. Max, can I get a buck, buck, buck? Are you barking the snow away? Such a good boy. Such a good boy. Yeah, I know. It's so funny out. What do you think of the snow? Did you see the snow falling? The flakes are falling outside. Yeah, Max. I know, Max. The snow day. It's really pretty outside, though, isn't it? A little cold, but pretty. Have fun? Yeah, those were fun toys to play with, honey. You did really good. You did really good. Oh, is that good, honey? Yes, yes, yes. I'm just catching up on comments and just trying to read. Hi, Fish. Yeah, lots of people talking about feeding birds outside. Um, Folks, one thing that we are hearing, and this might be something to think about, is feeding outdoor birds as we're hitting into seasons of avian flu. It might be encouraging birds to congregate, and that may not be the best thing for them. You know, we are keeping a really close eye on what's happening with avian flu. If it jumps, it starts becoming human transmittable. Max will not be doing any outings. He'll be staying inside, and I will be staying very, very close to home as well. Always protect the flock first. It's, I think everybody knows with avian flu, if one flock member catches it, the entire flock tends to get put down. It's highly transmittable and very, very deadly to birds. Right, Max? Yeah. I'll protect you from that, Max. Yeah. I think it's going to be much harder for anybody who's got birds, who has young kids who go to school. Because schools, if you've got kids in school, you know you're going to get the disease of the week. They're going to get the flu and RSV, and then the flu again, and then another cold. It's every week you come home with something new, right? Oh, Max, I know. Yeah. Bird Loves asks, would Max wear a little N95 mask? No, we would not. But what we do have in the house, we've got a couple of really high quality rabbit air filters. And they are HEPA, and they do a wonderful job of keeping the air well filtered and clean. And, if we end up with anything happening that is avian flu-like, we just simply don't, we stay indoors, we don't go out, we're extra careful. It's actually one of the reasons why you no longer, when we go out walking, you used to see occasionally Max would hop onto the ground and do a little bit of a walk up some stairs, or he'd sit on patio furniture or other things we found. When avian flu became such a thing, we quit doing that. And it was very much a case of, if Max is out, he's sitting on me. He's not sitting on anything untrusted. If he wants to sit on the patio furniture, he's going to sit on a towel that's just been laundered, that's on top of the patio furniture, just to protect him. Or I'm going to sterilize the patio furniture first, and then that towel is going to get washed in really, really hot water. Right, Max? Yeah. But yeah, we just try to be super, super careful. Right, Max? Yeah. I know. It's scary out there, isn't it? Yes. But yeah, if it starts becoming human-to-human transmittable, and that would suggest human-to-bird transmittable as well, if it's jumping from birds to humans and humans to birds, pigs, other livestock. I mean, our entire food chain is at potential risk here, right, Max? I know. But yeah, knowing that it is, cows and everything else with eggs, they are testing commercial locations, but there's always possibility that something will come through. So eggs, only cooked. Only really well cooked right now, just because that will kill off anything and it will make it safe. And then I just make sure that I wash my hands well before, after handling raw egg. Right, Max? But, so there's some things that we can do. Yes, Max. That reminds me. It's the new year. It's about time that I need to get some fresh filters for the rabbits, huh? The rabbit air filters. Yeah. It's a bit pricey, but it's worth it. I clean the pre-filters and everything throughout the year, but things like the HEPA do need to be replaced on a semi-regular basis. They recommend once a year. Yeah, and I mean, I certainly put a lot of stuff through those filters. Lots of dust and down. When I'm cleaning filters, it's actually quite funny, because I go outside and I make sure, it hasn't been that long, Betty, you should be good. I make sure that my neighbor does not have an open window that's upwind of me, because I don't think they'd appreciate it. But I take the filter out and then I shake it, and it literally looks like it's snowing. And you get a lot of white powder clumped on the ground from the pre-filters, but it's all the fine dust and the fine downs from the cockatoos and the gray. Cockatoos and grays, very powdery. Yeah. I don't worry about shaking those out outside. That it'll blow away, it cleans itself up. But yeah, I'm sorry. What's your beak doing open? Yes, I did not mean to stick my finger in your beak. I know, Max, I know. Yeah, Cammie's talking about things like avian flu and cats. Definitely concerned. Max88. Hey, that's a great name, Max. Max thinks you got a great name. Says, I've got bad internet since I'm in the car. Let you know when I'm at home. Awesome. Yeah, and Sharon says there's a couple of cases in Oregon with horses. Yeah. Yeah, it is increasing. GD says he loves the cockatoo. Yeah, Max, you're having fun today, aren't you? So I did say that I'd show you what it looks like outside, and before I forget, I'm going to just shift the camera up and out the window for a minute. There we go. I'm kind of hoping that I'm focused outside and you can see some of the snow falling. But yeah, the trees are pretty out there. But yeah, so we've got a nice wintry day. Right, Max? Okay. Come back in. I'm really hoping that I actually caught that. We catch that, Max? We catch that? Here, step forward. There you go. Step forward. forward. There you go, honey. Oh, that was too many steps forward. And here we go again. Come here, Max. I know, buddy. I know. Sharon says to send some snow her way, and then I can have it back. Yeah, we're getting lots out here. It's you know, it's pretty, but Max is not a huge fan of it. We've had an exceptionally warm winter. I mean, I really cannot complain. Max has been out an awful lot. Alex says looks cold. Yeah, it's chilly out there. Yeah, it's pretty to look at. Carrie says pretty to look at, but not sure about living in it. Absolutely. It's Max is just a cuddle bug tonight. Or today. Let's move that down just a little bit more. There you go, Max. Yeah, it's you know, you don't have to go out in it. Stay in, stay warm. It's not heavy enough to cause big problems. You know, main roads are pretty decent. Side roads are going to be a little slippery. You know, but you know, Calgarians, we're used to this kind of weather. I mean, it's snow, and you know, this type of snow hits somewhere in the southern states that's not used to it. Nobody knows how to drive in it. Nobody knows how to walk in it, and they don't have shovels, they don't have snow brushes, they don't have scrapers, and it basically drives everything to a standstill just because it is so far out of the ordinary. You know, even if you've been driving your entire life, you hit something like snow, you're going, what is this? What do I do with it? I don't know. You know, but you know, if you've been driving in these types of conditions your entire life, it just becomes a bit of the normal, and you sort of have the reactions and everything freighted in. Number of years ago. Oh boy, what's with the stories today, huh? My goodness, Max, we're gonna tell all the stories. But a number of years ago, I was on a motorcycle trip. I'd actually picked up a bike I flew down to Georgia, and I bought a bike from a friend of mine. Much cheaper to get the bikes in the States and bring them up to Canada at the time. And the Canadian dollar was really favorable. So I flew down, picked up the bike, and then I rode it home. It was a great vacation, nice cross-country trip. I know, I'm crazy doing that kind of thing solo on a bike. But I mean, it was a known quantity. Bike came from a friend. It was a trusted bike. And the bike had been super well taken care of. I mean, the joke was it was a garage queen. So, you know, a friend I bought it from was telling me that, it's been inside of a garage every night of its life. And it's like, well, it's about to learn a little bit about conditions. So the entire trip back, I was sending photos. And I'd send a photo of, bike parked outside, bike caught out in the rain, bike covered in mud. You know, I did not intentionally go off-roading. I went through a construction zone, and oh gosh, it was a mess. You know, and it just became this running joke. And so then I sent a picture of, I'm getting the bike ready for the conditions it's going to learn about, and it's a bike in a snowy scene. And all I got back from this person is they basically messaged me BS, spelled out in full. It's like, you didn't get me. Then apparently this person was watching the news and realized that, yes, indeed, the area I was riding through had a snowstorm. And, oh, Max, I know. And that was well into the States. That was, I'm trying to think of where that was. It was not too far away from Mount Rushmore. I'd been there. And, yeah, the weather really turned. But it turned badly, as in I was on the highway and I rode into snow. A little bit of snow, a little bit more snow, and at this point there's enough snow on the ground that I'm doing the math. Now, a motorcycle is not typically what you ride in snow unless you have studded tires and you're ice racing. The snowy roads was not a good plan. And it was a blowing blizzardy snow. And I'm looking at all these little turnoffs and sort of doing the math. That turnoff, it might just be 3 houses down there. There might not be somewhere to go to. There's probably not a lot of traffic. And I'm doing the math as I'm going. And I'm driving past all of these vehicles in the ditch. I wave at a police car in the ditch as I ride past, who probably thought that I was bloody insane. And I continued to the next major town. And I mean, I just kept it slow. I recognized that the weather was such that the visibility sucked. I stayed in a tire track, but I just had one eye peeled behind me just in case we had somebody stupid behind. I had my four-ways flashing because the visibility sucked. And one thing about riding a motorcycle, you got a visor. It's covering with snow. It's fogging up. So I had it cracked open. I had icy cold air coming in. I was wiping down the visor with my hand. It was like, wipe, and just trying to stay up on the bike. But pulled in, saw something, and I'm pretty sure that it's a hotel that I'm pulling into. And if not, well, it's going to be where I'm going to be leaving the bike. It looks like it's a good spot. It was a motel, so that was perfect. So I just pulled in and I parked. And I knocked the snow off, and I stepped into the office, and the person in the office sort of looked at me and grabbed me a towel. Apparently I looked like I needed one. And, yeah, so I decided to stay there. But, yeah, it was not really a fun day to be riding. I actually stayed an extra day just because the weather was so poor. I did not want to be out riding in it. And, yeah, okay, I can just hang out here, I guess. But, you just knew, if you're from Canada, you know how to react. And, yeah, you're on a bike with what's definitely summer tires, and you're in a condition that bike's not built for, but there's no need to crash it. You just take it super, super easy on the way in and careful with any turns. But, yeah, so I parked, and it got quite funny. I know, I'm talking about Canadian tales here, right, Max? It was pretty funny because the one thing I wanted was a hot shower followed by a cup of coffee, and it was coffee maker in the room. Coffee maker in the room was not working, so I just took coffee maker up to the front desk to see if I could swap it out for another one. And, they had somebody else in there who, and they did not realize I was a motorcyclist. And they're pointing at the bike, and they're talking about the bike, and, that's insane. And, I decided I'd have a little bit of fun. I said, oh yeah, that's my bike. And they're sort of looking at me going, well, what's it doing in the snow? I said, oh, I'm from Canada. We ride bikes in this condition all the time. And I'm sure I had them convinced that we had igloos as well. But, the lady at the front desk actually said, oh, you're welcome to move the bike in front of your unit. And I said, the bike's perfectly parked where it's at. I don't want to move it. It's icy out there. And they said, good point. It wasn't a problem where it was, and it was a safe spot to stop. Right, Max? Oh, Max, you're having such a good cuddle. Yes, you're having such a good cuddle. Oh, boy. Sharon says they had a motorcycle trip where they got caught in a hailstorm. That was not fun. I know that hurts. That hurts. For those of you interested, what kind of bike I ride, Honda VFR and 5th generation. So sports touring, and I look at it as the best of all worlds. It's, you know, you could take it on track, and some people do. You know, it's sporty enough you can have fun with, but it's comfortable enough that it's not a sports bike that you can only ride for an hour. You know, I like my creature comforts, but it's honestly the best mix. I always jokingly call it, it's the adult sports bike. But I've gone on long trips with the VFR. The longest trip I did was Calgary, all the way over to Newfoundland, down to Florida, went down to the very tip, toured some of the Keys and whatnot, over to California, up to Vancouver, and then back over to Calgary. And I mean, it was a 6.5-week trip. It was a marvelous trip. And, you know, most of the time I was camping with it. It was, oh, you're off camera, buddy. Here. It was a marvelous trip. And that was a solo trip. I was between jobs and decided, you know what? Yeah, I don't have time or money. I'm just going to do this because, you know, I can do this on a really tight budget. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Max loves the camera. Regina. He really, really does. But yeah, so that's the longest trip I've gone on solo. But I was a member of a motorcycle forum, a VFR forum, for quite a few years. And, you know, it's most, you know, most of the folks on there, you know, most people who ride tend to be male. And there was a running joke. Anytime somebody said, well, I'm planning an overnight trip, and I'm not sure about the saddle, should I invest in a Sargent saddle or a Corbin saddle, basically an aftermarket seat, somebody would tag me. Because they knew that I would come in sarcastic and have a bit of fun. And usually my response would be, hey, well, you know, and I'd talk that each seat fits differently, and they should sit on each and figure out what works for them. And I said, you know, some people like the stock seat, you know, some people find it's a bit hard, but, you know, it's really what, you know, like, you know, if you're taking a long trip, it's up to you. And then I pointed out, I did, you know, I've done coast to coast Canada, 4 corners of the USA on a stock seat, but then again, you know, I'm just a woman, and I did it solo, and that would always just shut people up who were so panicked about what seat should they get. It's like, you know what? You're doing an overnight trip. Not a big deal. It's doable. It's easy. You know, you're riding with a group of people. You're well within reach of civilization. You know, it's not a big deal that if your saddle is not a fancy, cushy aftermarket one. But yeah. Well, also one year they had a how low can you go competition with motorcycle. And at the time I was commuting to work daily on the motorcycle. And they would take the outside air temperature plus the speed of travel. And the rules were you could only go road speed. You could not, you know, you couldn't crank it up to 200 miles an hour to get an extra high wind chill. Like you had to drive at road speed. Come here, Max. Come on. Come. You know what? Your tail looks good, but I think we need to go do something again. Come on. I'll bring you right back, honey. Oh! So excited. Oh, you gonna go? You gonna go? Whoop, whoop. But the how low you can go competition was a lot of fun. And, you know, you had to be doing road speed, you had to say what road you were on so that, you know, you couldn't cheat. And, you know, the idea was, you know, you wanted to be traveling at that speed for at least 15 minutes for it to count. So, you know, people would put up the chart. Well, you know, it's not hard if you're doing 100 kilometers an hour down barefoot and it's -5 in the morning, you know, it's perfectly dry morning, you're going to hit some pretty good wind chill. Now, can you go boop, go boop, go boop, boop. So I always wound up on the leaderboard. And a couple of folks in the States said, you know, one person was posting how dreadfully unfair it was and said that they should have 2 classes. Now, myself and another Canadian, actually another Calgarian, were both sort of at the top of the leaderboard. It was pretty funny. And I said, yes, I agree, it is totally unfair. You sure you don't have to go full time? You sure? Huh? Good job. All right, Max is coming in on a flight. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, you don't want to go? Go! Woohoo! Good job, Max. But yeah, so I just sort of said, yeah, you're right, it is red green up here. We should have 2 classes. One for men, one for women. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And the fun thing about the forum is I did encourage a lot of women to ride. And it's like, you know what? It's not just for guys. It's not something that's an all-guys club. Girls can ride too. We are just as tough. We're just as capable. And in some cases, tougher. Right, Max? But yeah. Yeah. No, it was honestly a lot of fun. Right, Max? Yeah. Those were the trips. Those were the fun trips. Solo trip, motorcycle, camping gear, and go. I know, buddy. There you go. Oh, let the camera rebalance. You're just a cuddle bug today. You're just a cuddle bug. I brought all the toys out and you didn't want them, huh? Yeah. Where are you going to go? Aww. How about we go over here? There you go. Good job, Max. Hi, Brookdale. Welcome, welcome. Max is the best bird so far. Awesome. Come here, Max. Hey, watch your beak. You're not happy about the snow. I know. I know. I know. Carrie, I've done the Pacific Coast Highway a couple of times, the 101. It is so much fun. It really, really is. Busted says, there are farmers who love it when Max makes chicken noises. Hey, Max, you got a buck for us? Buck. Can I get a buck? Can I get a buck? But look at the camera when we do that, Max. Buck. Can I get a buck? Buck. You're so good, Max. That was actually really funny. Gone down to Grand Canyon and actually joined a group of friends from a motorcycle forum on a trip down there. And they could run circles around me in terms of speed and whatever on good roads, on curves they're familiar with. I'm not going to ride beyond my abilities or push it. But as soon as they hit an area with some tar stakes and a little bit of gravel, they had no idea what to do, and they just slowed down to an absolute crawl. And I'm from Canada. I'm used to gravel on the roads. I'm used to things that are slippery and whatnot. It didn't bother me at all. So, I mean, I just, conditions got bad. I could just keep up the same pace because, I knew what I was about on gravel and whatnot. They see one piece of gravel and stop. They look at it and go, what do we do now? And I'm sort of going, come on, guys, it's great. Yeah, Angie sent us a 7-day forecast. Angie, because you're online right now, what's the current temperature outside? I'll get you to look that up to me. Angie has a weather channel on Facebook called Angie's Whether or Not. It's for the Calgary area. Hi. That's Max's area, right, Max? Oh, where you going? Where you going? Yeah, Max likes to watch the world go by. Oh, where are you going, buddy? You're walking in circles. All right. Yeah, Max does like watching the world go by. Where he's sitting right now, he's almost level with the window, so he likes sitting here. Nice deep window. You can just look out and see the snow falling and see people driving past. You get some good scritchies. After this, we'll go down. He'll get some snacks, make him some Iggy's downstairs. Yes. Carrie, Kansas is pretty flat. I've gone through there before. Bird Love says, husband of a friend slipped on gravel, was thrown into a road sign and impaled. Oh, very upsetting. Absolutely. The thing with gravel is there's a technique to it. There is absolutely a technique to it, just like riding on ice or snow. I do slow down a bit for it, but I don't walk the bike either. I recognize it is a certain speed where the bike's more likely to stay upright. Yeah. But it's also, what sort of moves do you make? How do you react if you do slide a bit? It's all about controlling the situation, right? Right, Max? Yeah, right. Yes. Oh, does that feel good? That feels good. Yeah. I mean, this kind of weather, I would not pull the bike out of the garage and go for a ride in this weather. I showed you it earlier. It's all snowy outside. I would not do that deliberately. But I mean, if I get caught out in it or something, I know I can handle it, and that's sort of the big key. Somebody from, when I was riding through, I think that must have been Wyoming then. And I hit that blizzard in Wyoming, that freak blizzard in Wyoming that was unseasonal and everything else. When I hit that, I mean, stopping in the middle of the highway was a bad choice. Pulling off onto a side road where I was not sure what was there. Might be a farm, there might be somebody there who might let me in, or there might be somebody who chases me off with a firearm. I don't know. That's not a good choice. So I did the best choice, which was to basically find reasonable shelter and stop. But I mean, somebody from Florida who's never seen snow, does not even drive a car in snow, their best bet might be to stop at the side of the road and leave the bike there and just flag down, try and flag down a car ride or something into the next town. It all depends on what your background is and what your comfort level is, and if it's your first time driving on snow, you're going to be really, really keyed up and thinking, now what do I do? Something seems, really slippery out there. You don't know what you're doing. You can easily react in the wrong way. But if you drive on snow often, it becomes very second nature. The joke that I use if I tell somebody how to drive on snow and ice is drive like Grandma is sitting in the back seat wearing a white dress and holding a large, uncovered stock pot that's brimful of borscht. You want to drive so you're not going to upset that. So you're not going to take a corner hard. You're not going to do any sudden and fast stops and starts. You're going to take it really easy, really smooth. Right, Max? Yeah. Oh, that feels good, Max. Andy says, for Calgary right now, it is minus 16 with a wind chill of minus 27 with light snow for you and Max and Flock. Angie, do you happen to know what that is in Fahrenheit for our friends in the States? Yeah, and one thing about motorcycles, too. In the States, motorcycles are a lot more common, and places like England are very, very common as well. The UK, Europe, much more common than Canada. Why? Because Canada's riding season is much, much shorter than other places. So I think that actually makes Canada a much more dangerous place to ride a motorcycle in as well. The reason for that is cars are not as accustomed to seeing bikes. I will tell people that I have a superpower on a motorcycle. You know, as soon as I get on that motorcycle, I have this wonderful superpower, invisibility. So I have to do everything I can to make sure that people are aware that I'm there, right down to the point of wearing fluorescent yellow, because it's the difference between being seen and not being seen. One of my motorcycle jackets, I had it first, I'll point out, after I've had it for about a year, the local police picked up the same design of jacket for their bikes. So I'm not trying to look like them. I had the jacket first, and I picked out the yellow just for visibility. But people get really, really polite if they see a bright yellow jacket coming and they think maybe it's an officer. So that actually works in my favor as well. People tend to see you and get polite. Oh my goodness. Looking here at comments. I'm just trying to scroll here a little bit. Oh, our foggy advisory just ended. Thanks, Angie. Yeah, winter's arrived. Winter's arrived. Yeah, Karen says they see motorbikes most days in England. I think England does something really, really smart with motorcycle licenses. They have a graduated license. And I mean, this might be old information. I'm sure Karen will tell me if I'm out of date. But when you first get your license, you're limited to how powerful of a bike you can ride. And once you have to have a certain period of time and certain level of skill before you can upgrade to a more powerful bike. Here, you get a motorcycle license, you can hop on a Hayabusa and kill yourself immediately. I think that, if you start small, you learn faster. My first bike, underpowered, which was great. And, it's not your forever bike. You get a bike, you can sell it, you can get another bike, but it was a great starter bike. It kept me out of trouble. If I did something stupid, it did not immediately try to kill me. When I upgraded bikes and I did an emergency stop, the upgraded bike almost kicked me off just because it was that much more powerful in braking and acceleration and everything else. But I was in a position where I'd been riding long enough, I knew how to react. If that would have been my first emergency stop, and the bike would have reacted like that, I would have been a one-person accident. Right, Max? Yeah. So I think it's actually smart to learn on a bike that's a little bit less powerful. Something you're not going to get into a lot of trouble with. Yeah, Max, I know. I know. Yes. You feel so good. It's fun. I never know what we're going to chat about on something here. So Angie just looked in Fahrenheit. It's 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind chill is minus 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Awesome. Yeah, I never know the difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit. I know 50 and 10 are an intersection point, and I know minus 40 is minus 40 in both Celsius and Fahrenheit. And anything below minus 40, I mean, you're already at bloody cold. Yes, Max, that feels so good. Oh boy. Yeah, Max is the star of the show. He's really feeling cuddly right now. Oh, what? That was a beak. Did I put my hand in your beak? I'm sorry. I'm supposed to pay attention to you, not the comments, huh? Good job, Max. You want to do another run? Go. Hey, watch your beak on that. Watch your beak on that. I don't want beak prints. More to the point, I don't want him to bite it. Hi. Come here. Good job. It almost sounds like there's a Star Trek in this ball, huh? Did you get growled at by a tiger? How about you walk forward a bit? There you go. Yeah. Good job. Hold on, it's on the floor now. Well, folks, I always like to end with a little bit of news, and oh my goodness, it's packed. It's much later than I thought it was. But yeah, we got chatting. We sort of got hanging out a little bit. So happy hatch-versaries to both Sharon and Angie tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful day. Valentine's Day is coming up. And we've got a sale on our Etsy site. If you're after any goodies, we've got keychains and pins, bookmarks, a whole bunch of good stuff on sale for Valentine's Day. Right, Max? Yeah, it's what everybody wants for Valentine's Day. Let's see here. I can't quite see you, Max. You're too close. Too close. Yeah, I know. Why don't you go for a walk? Yeah. There you go. There. We got that. We've got some fun videos to share this week, as always. What else is on the go? It's February. I cannot believe that. It's February already. If you've got a calendar, it's time to flip the page. I know, Max. It's amazing. Are you watching the cars? Yeah, there goes the cars. We've got another seniors home visit coming up in about a week. One thing I'll point out about the seniors home visit, because sometimes people say, well, why don't you show us the seniors? It's because a lot of times the seniors living in homes do not have their own power of attorney, and we don't necessarily have their permission to put their videos up. And we are catching them in their homes. I mean, it's not fair to them to point a camera at them without permission and without, quite often maybe it's their kids that have the power of attorney or something. So they may not be the ones to make their own decisions on that, which is why we blur them out. Members of the parent club, usually, we know who wants to be on camera, who does not want to be on camera. And, you know, sort of there's the understanding there. I mean, if somebody does not want to be on camera, I won't put them on camera. Right, Max? But most of them want to show off their birds. Yeah, there you go, Max. Oops. You think there's a dog out there? Oh, there is a dog out there. There's a dog outside, Max? Good job. Good job, Max. Good job. Yeah, but that, I think, is the news of the week. I don't think there's anything else I'm supposed to remind people about. And if there is, please let me know. But yeah, a big shout out, big thank you to Sharon for being a moderator. Bird Loves asks, can I send stuff to a Vellenberg, Max? If you want to, sure. The usual things apply. Just hop to our website if you're looking for ideas there. Alex asks, what kind of music does Max like? Oops, I lost Max on the camera. Sorry, folks. Max listens to a little bit of everything. He likes 80s and 70s and 60s and jazz, country, Christmas carols. He just likes something a little bit different. Likes classical sometimes. Sometimes something modern. But yeah, we just switch it around a lot. Right, next. Bird Loves asks, could you sell beautiful photos suitable for framing of Max's new shop? Yeah, we could. It's something we haven't really thought about, but just message me and we can get something figured out for you. I know, Max. I know. Yeah, people are asking for prints. Yes, yes. Well, folks, I'm going to wish you a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy. Oh, thank you, everybody, for joining us. And box.